What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the B Show, of course. Uh, Today I got a requested topic, which is about. It was requested from one of my old friends, but Facebook friends, and the topic basically is how black women spoil their sons. But before that, I want to give a couple shout outs real quick. I'm gonna use all Facebook names. Miss Beautiful Raven Harris. Shout out to Ace Boogie. Shout out to Shira Davis, Justin, Jalen. Shout out to my cousin Donnie. Thanks for the support you show. Thanks for the advice. Thanks for all of that. Shout out to my man's Cam, my partner right there. Just dropped another track. Shit is hot. The video will be ready soon on YouTube. Shout out to my man's Clarence. Shout out to Lady Shay, other known as Brittany. Shout out to you, cuz. And shout out to Summer Wallace. I want to thank all y'all for all the support y'all show me. Thanks for watching my show. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is my opinion, no scripts, no nothing. And me doing this, it is something I really like to do, and y'all enjoy it. So that makes it even more fulfilling for me. Now let's get back to this topic because this is beyond crazy to me. All right. uh, Old friend, she wrote me, and the topic is once again is about black women spoiling their sons. Now this is her point right here, because I don't agree with her. Her point is black women spoil their sons to the point when they become teens or men, they become crybabies. Now this is black women and black men. Um, she says they can't hold their own. They expect to be taken care of by whatever woman that enters their life. And after, black men lack the proper upbringing that's needed to sustain in this society, and it has a lot to do with the lack of a father in the household and weakness of a black woman towards her son. Now, I don't agree with that because the lack of a father figure in a man's life, that has a lot to do with it, far as a man growing up and not being able to like fully understand a man's position. But just because the lack of a father within their life, that does not mean that they cannot become a man. Second, a woman, first off, black women are not weak. They're not weak to the point where they cannot teach their sons how to be a man. They are not a man. But I really feel like black women themselves do a hell of a great job at helping their sons become men, because black women have to play the role of the man and the father. Now let's get one thing straight. We're not talking about these rat ass little girls out here having children and then later on in life they still got their rat ways, and you can't classify those women or those girls a part of being with those women, black women. Black women are strong, beautiful minded people. Their thought process and the things that they go through throughout life to get their children where they want to get to is beyond outstanding. For the simple fact of they have no man within their life, but yet they're playing both roles. So as far as saying black women spoil their sons, that's kind of their job. A woman's job is to nurture and protect their children. Just because, oh, I mean, like a woman, they're caring, they're soft on the inside. That's them, but yet they can still play the role of a dad, of a father, even when that father figure isn't there. So, as far as them spoiling their sons, yes, they do spoil them, but at the same time, they don't teach their sons to treat women wrong or to let anybody walk over them or to be little crybabies, because a mother will get into a man's or their son's ass quicker than their father will. You understand what I'm saying? Especially, for instance, me. For instance, I grew up to be a good man. I'm only 20. I'm not done growing, but so far, the way I am is because of my mother. Like, my father has been locked up since I was 6. Yes, I speak to him like, just conversation wise, but the person that I am today is mainly because of my mother. But at the same time, my mother helped mold me into the person I am. But at the same time, I learned a lot of my stuff through society. Every all these young dudes, they run these streets, they learn a lot of these stuff through these streets. So as far as their capability of understanding what a man's position is, it's not because of their mother. It's not whatsoever. It's because of what they chose to do within their life. Real talk, black women being mothers, and one last, I want to clarify this one more time. Black women, not girls, women, the ones that take care of their responsibilities, that's not out here doing all this stupid shit, all that. Black women teaches their sons how to respect a woman, how to treat a woman, the things they need to do to satisfy a woman, and the things they need to do to keep a woman. For those four things right there, that's what black women do to their sons. They teach them that because, for the simple fact of, that's what they want from a man. A lot of times it's not their fault that they're in a predicament that they are in. Sometimes they just had bad luck and got a shitty dude and or baby dad or whatever, but they learned from that mistake. But they are not blaming their children nor other things in life for the mistake that they made by choosing that guy. But within the same token, they're not looking for another dude because their main priority is their children. They're not looking into, oh, I'm going to date this guy, or I want to date a guy, or no, they thinking, I need to get out here, I need to get this money, I need to take care of me and my children. That's the number one thing on my mind. Then on top of that, if they do have a son, they're teaching their son, look, this is how you pay bills. This is how you, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to carry groceries. You're supposed to learn how to cook. You need to learn how to cook so no woman can, you won't rely on a woman. You can do it yourself. Like, black women really teaches their son this. They teach them that. They teach them the ability to be able to clean up. They teach them the ability to, like, you don't need to sit on your ass. You can actually get up and do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's cool to have a wife, but you should be able to help your wife as much as your wife helps you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like that whole thought of black women spoil their sons to the point when they become older in life, they become crybabies. No, don't get that twisted. Black women don't do that to their sons, nor do they do that to their daughters. They make sure their sons and their daughters are treated as kings and queens when they grow up and become an adult and get with somebody. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes mothers do go a little overboard and a little overprotective as far as, oh, this girl isn't good enough for my son, or this dude isn't good enough for my daughter. I mean, that comes with it. You bore a woman bore this child within them for 9 months. They gave their life and possibly could have lost their life in order to bring this child into the world. So for a mother to spoil their children just a little bit too much sometimes, honestly, that's something that's gonna happen because they went through so much to get that child into this world. So to protect them, to spoil them, as some people may say, or to give them everything that they need and they want if they deserve it, there's nothing wrong with that. To sometimes feel like my child can do no wrong, sometimes that's just how people look at it, because it's like, I know what I created. And I mean, don't get me wrong, some people want to be in denial or whatever, but at the end of the day, they still can see, and they still will check into that child and tell them, you are wrong, you need to get this together. You understand what I'm saying? Like, my mother will go to hell and back for me if she had to. But at the same time, if I'm doing something wrong, she will correct that right then. And she's not going to continue to if she see it, let me do it. She's going to say, hey, you need to get that together. You need to stop. That's wrong. You don't do that. If I was being a crybaby in a lot of situations, my mom would say, I don't know what's wrong with you. You need to get that together. And a lot of these other black women will do the same thing. So with that being said, I cannot agree to the fact that black women spoil their sons to the point where they cannot become men, or within a relationship they are crybabies and cannot hold their own. If you go watch one of my previous videos, I mentioned that women try to find relationships with boys before they are matured. You cannot pressure or speed up the maturity process. People have to go through them stages on their own. That's one thing people need to realize. People mature at different rates. They go through different things in life that make them mature at different rates. So with that being said, the men that the boys, the dudes, the teenagers, the so-called men that some of these women meet in life, it's not your fault that that's the way they are, and it's not their parents' fault. It's their own fault, because there are a hell of a lot of men out here that probably lost both of their parents, that was raised by who knows what, and still turned out to be great human beings, great men, and know what to do because they looked at society for what it was and they opened their eyes. See, that's one of the things people fail to realize. They need to open their eyes to society and see what life is really about, and instead of looking at all this other bullshit in life, thinking that, oh, chasing after the baddest bitches, everything, or chasing after the... No. One thing a lot of these dudes figured out is, if I go out here and I get this money and I do this, the bitches gonna come to me instead of me chasing them. And then that's where the females start to get mad at, because they look at, oh, well, you know what I'm saying, this dude got money, this dude got this, but he think he all that, he think he all that. That's right, because before he got all that, he tried chasing at the females, but they always turned him down. But yeah, when he got money and did something with himself, all the bitches came back around. So it's like, females sometimes give those men that ammunition to shoot back at them, because before they actually did all that, they never paid attention to them. But once they became something other than a real man, because now, since they did those few things, or let's just say drug dealers, they did those things, now those women are paying attention to them now. So instead of them playing that manly role, you know, to be able to mature into a man, they matured into, yeah, a man, you know, physical being of a man, but their mentality is not of a man's stature. Their mentality is, fuck these bitches, because before I had all this money, they didn't pay attention to me. So now that I got everything, I'm gonna fuck these hoes over. But let's get one thing straight. Don't pressure somebody into maturing faster than what they're actually capable of doing. Don't overlook somebody because they don't have everything that you have. Don't overlook them because they don't have everything that you want at that moment. Sometimes you need to realize that men sometimes mess up, or sometimes are not ready to become men. Don't get mad at them. It's not your fault. It's not a lot of people's fault. It's their own fault. That's because that's what they want to do. But at the same time, don't look at it as their mothers must have spoiled them into doing it, or somebody in their life made them do this, or made them into the being that they are. No, that's not always true. Actually, probably 70% of the time is not true, because a parent can get a child almost anything they want if they deserve it. But at the same time, parents teaches their children the meaning of a dollar, or the meaning to hard work, or the meaning, like, they teach them meanings to things. Once you have a meaning to something, you can get everything you want. You still understand the value and the meaning to everything. So don't think that a mother spoiling her son makes them into crybabies or little bitches, or not being capable of having the responsibilities of a man and acting upon that within a relationship, because that's not true. Then on top of that, sometimes you, as a woman, you need to stop looking for a man. Let that man find you, because the more you look, the more you're gonna get what you're not looking for. But if you do your own thing and you are independent within yourself, like you are an independent person, I guarantee that other independent person will find you. And it's not necessarily that they're looking for you, nor are you looking for them. It's just you're going to clash into each other one day, because the independent things that you are doing and the independent things that they are doing led y'all to meet each other, because that's life. You're going to meet a hell of a lot of people in your life. A hell of a lot of dudes gonna meet a hell of a lot of women, and vice versa. Women are gonna meet a hell of a lot of dudes. But just because you meet all those people don't mean that every one of those people that you encounter within your life is that person for you. That's wrong. What you need to do is don't, like, if you get into a relationship, don't try to push it. Don't try to speed it up. Don't try to do any of that. Just take it day by day. You know what I'm saying? Learn who that person is. Don't get too emotionally attached before you understand who that person is. Because 9 times out of 10, you never know. You might be the key factor in that person's life to make them understand what a man's purpose really is. Because they might have never had that experience within their life to understand what it really is to be a man. And vice versa. You can't expect a woman to become a woman like that. They probably never had that experience of knowing what a woman's role in life for their man is. Because every relationship is different. Every woman's role is different within their relationship. Because I ain't about to go into all that, but it's just different. So with that being said, I want everybody to think about that. I want everybody to subscribe. I want everybody to like. Everybody comment. I want a lot of females to comment and just give me your opinion on this. And if you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree with me, we can have a conversation about it. I'll make another video with what you said and then my rebuttal against it. Thanks for watching. This is The B Show. I'm going to get that to all y'all later. Peace.
Levi's, Rosary, in a V-neck. I bought some Jordans that nigga Jordan never seen yet. I don't sag on purpose, but